We don't fail because we make bad decisions. We fail because we avoid making them at all. Think about it. Most of the time, what keeps us stuck isn't failure, it's overthinking. We are waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect information. But the truth is, you only get this information once you take action. So, how can we actually stop overthinking and start deciding instead of letting opportunities slip by? One practical way is to realize that not all decisions are created equal. Some matter far more than others. You can think of them as falling into three categories: low cost, medium cost, and high cost. Some people use the analogy of a hat, a haircut, and a tattoo. Buying a hat is a low cost decision. You wear it, you don't like it, you give it away. Trying a new haircut is a medium cost decision. If you don't like it, you wear a beanie for a few weeks and you are fine again. And then there is the tattoo. You're drunk, everyone has one, and you think, why not? The next morning, once you see your no regret ink, you realize you've just made a high-cost decision. This analogy shows how much risk of permanence is involved in each choice we make. Once you see this, it becomes easier to act, knowing which decision deserves deep thought and which can be made on the spot. High-cost decisions, or tattoo kind, are rare. Where to live, who to partner with, what to focus on for the next 5 years. Medium cost decisions or haircuts are less rare, but still not taken often. Moving to a new apartment in the same city, trying a new career direction, but keeping your old job as a safety net, maybe ending a friendship that's no longer working. And low cost decisions, hats, are all the rest. You take them daily, frequently. The ones that generate the feedback you need for better future choices. You can't decide what workout plan is best by just reading about it. Well, try it, do it, adjust. That's how we learn. But here's where most people get stuck. Instead of recognizing what kind of decision they're facing, they treat every single choice as a tattoo level event. That's when paralysis sets in. This is what's often called analysis paralysis, not taking a decision because there is not enough information. But the information is missing exactly because there is no action. It's ironic, the very act of waiting for clarity is what prevents clarity from appearing. We take decision making too seriously. Sure, there are some decisions that deserve deep thought, but in everyday life that's rather exception than rule. Once you accept this, the next step is to reframe how we think about decision altogether. Better to take any decision than to stay frozen. Action produces feedback, action creates information. You do to know. We avoid decisions because they might be wrong. So what? Let them be wrong. You'll learn faster this way. And here's something most people forget. Not deciding is also a decision. It's a decision to stay still. And that brings no feedback, no learning, no progress. The more small, reversible decisions you make, the more you learn and the faster you grow. That's another helpful lens to look through, reversibility. Some decisions are reversible, others aren't. Figuring out what you love to eat is reversible. Getting married, well, technically is reversible but painful. Most decisions, 99% of them, are reversible. Don't overthink them. Take the step, test the result, and adjust. You want to ask someone out but fear rejection? Do it anyway. Find out and face the consequences. Being rejected will in time feel better than not knowing, and still there are high chances that they'll be happy to go out with you. The same principle applies everywhere. Career, health, creativity. Decisions drain you because they expose you to the chance of failure, but avoiding them guarantees stagnation. You build confidence not by waiting for perfect clarity, but by deciding often. Momentum doesn't come from perfect plans, it comes from constant small experiments. You don't need a lot of information for a reversible decision. Sometimes a 5-minute Wikipedia read is enough. Take the step, see what happens, adjust, repeat. That's how you build momentum, decision by decision. Once you've trained that muscle on the small, reversible choices, you'll be better prepared for the big ones, for the irreversible choices. Even then, don't overthink it. After the initial stage of collecting information, step back for a while, let it settle in, and decide. Prolonging a decision is just another way to avoid making one. Don't do it. Sometimes, though, the best decision really is to do nothing, but it has to be a decision, not paralysis. There is a subtle but powerful difference between doing nothing out of fear and choosing nothing out of wisdom. Conscious inaction, not an unconscious avoidance. And here's the perspective that is helpful to remember. Our decisions aren't as world-shaking as we think. We overestimate their importance, and that's what stops us. So where does this leave us after all the hats, haircuts, tattoos, and overthinking? Take the small decisions often. They are the ones that teach you. Some will turn out great and you will win, and some will turn out less great and you will learn. Either way, it's to your advantage. You move forward. Most life choices, they're hats. A few are haircuts and very few are tattoos. Don't live your life like every choice is a tattoo. Try more hats. And remember, if you can't decide, the answer is usually no. If you are torn between two difficult paths, choose the one that's harder now. It usually pays off later. If you can't stop thinking about it, do it. And then in doubt, follow the fear. It usually points you where you need to grow.